So I want to talk a little bit about whips as weapons today. I'm gonna just one-shot this. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't care. So I was watching a video. It was 10 most alternative weapons or some shit like that, and they brought up whips and how they could do, how they were used as weapons. Closest thing to an actual whip that could be used as a weapon. This right here is my 4.5-foot long kangaroo leather targeting whip. It's light, it's fast, and I use it to hit targets out of people's hands, out of their mouth. It's a really lightweight whip. Other actual weapons that could be used are this. This is technically a whip, I guess. It's called a get back whip. Bikers, they use this little bull clasp, then they attach on the ends of the handlebars, and as it goes, it whips around. And if you get an altercation, unscrew it, unclasp it from your bike, and you can bash people with it. They're fun, but it's more of a flail than a whip. For fun, I decided I was having to take a whip cracker and dash it onto a piece of chain. But at that point, this part isn't what's doing the damage. If I were using a fight, it's the chain to double it up. You have another flail-like weapon. Something like this, which is a 12-foot long nylon bullwhip. It's a heavy-duty whip. It weighs a couple pounds and it makes a real loud noise, but imagine this is just the handle, right? I just start going down and down and down and down. Yeah, it's a long whip. Will not be effective at any kind of fighting whatsoever, just because it's so long. That's one thing we're going to look at is whips get long and they become less practical for combat when they're longer, as if they're practical. This right here is my performance whip. It's a stock whip, bullwhip hybrid. That's another 4.5 feet, 5 feet long, nylon, bone handle, moves fast, cracks loud, fun times. This is a 6-foot long nylon bullwhip. This is about as traditional of a whip as you can get, except for it's made of rope and not leather. If I hit someone with this, it would hurt. It would hurt a lot, but it isn't an effective weapon. People argue that, oh, you can wrap this around your opponent's weapon and take it away. Nah, not really. I'll do a little bit of cracks so you guys get to see what these sound like instead of showing them off. This is my cheap fucking whip. Literally the cheapest I have. Everything else I have is in the range of $100 to $350, upwards of $500. This little one right here was about $250. That 12-footer, about $100. My performance whip, it came in a pair, and that cost me about $5. So this right here is like $15. It's really fucking loose-plated cow leather. You can see it's really aggressive on it in its plating. Leather thong, and it's light. It's so light. I think it has like paper in the core or something. So let's take these out and whip them. Alright, first off, the little target whip. Lines up pretty easily, but yeah. Makes a loud noise. If I'm doing targets, I just go in and forward like that. And yeah, not gonna bind up anyone's weapon. In fact, they might actually be able to break through this. Or if it goes around someone's weapon, and I do bind them up. Hey, grab it and give a fucking yank, and oh look, you're weaponless. Next up is the cheap leather bullwhip. Like I said, it's like $15. This is what I use whenever my friends come over and they want to crack a whip. I'll give them this because I don't care about this whip. Like I said, it's about 8 feet long, so I gotta go back and yeah, give that another go. It's less impressive sounding, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just gonna jump to the second one, or my third one, I guess. The nylon bullwhip. I'm not gonna let him crack this one in a long time. It's just kind of sat and neglected, so I'll give it some time to stretch out. It's a little bit more noisy, isn't it? Now we're on to the 12-foot long bullwhip. This one I actually have to crack over here just because of how long it is. I'm not running back. You have to do it. Up. Up. Yeah. There we go. Finally, we have my performance whip, bone handle, nylon. So I did lie originally. I said it was about 4 feet. This is closer to like 5.5 feet. It's a little shorter than my 6-foot whip, but the handle adds to the length. So the actual whip length right from here to here, we're looking at like 5.5 feet. But this one, it's the one I use the most. It's the fastest. Gets the job done. Now as a bonus, I'm gonna crack my chain whip, and this is hardly a whip. I mean, it does the same thing as a whip. I swing around and it makes a sonic boom by accelerating this piece past the sound barrier, and then this whips around and you got your crack. I wear a special glove for it just because, one, the recoil of this thing pretty intense, and two, it pinches a lot, so you don't want to try and crack a chain whip. At least not like this. You have Chinese chain whips which have like metal darts and stuff on the end. That could be used as a weapon, but I argue the effectiveness of those. Come at me, Kung Fu masters. You see, it pulls me around with the weight. This thing weighs like 30 pounds. It's really hard, really high carbon steel, hardened. It's a heavy duty chain. Use this on like trucks and trailers and shit. So yeah, it generates a lot of force. Choke up on it a little bit. Give that another go. Over the head and full extended. I'm not even sure if I can actually do this. Each one of those cracks actually came back and hit me. So that whip, this end of the chain would come around and crash into my body. That's another reason why I wear my hand protection, right? Because on my body, yeah, I can absorb and spread out that impact. I'm not a small dude. I'm a little bit wide in shoulders, back, gut. So yeah, this can pack a punch, but like I said, unless you're doubling up on it like this, and then swing at someone, it's not really going to be the most effective weapon, and even this can be snatched away from you. Now I thought, wouldn't it be fun to attach a cracker, the thing that makes the whip go bang, to the get back whip and see if that can't crack, just for shits and giggles. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I haven't actually tried it before. But as a weapon, you would take your, clasp band and, swing at your foes, come in for strikes. You can flick it out like that, like it is like one of those rope darts or chain whips. Boom, come in, boom. But you're gonna be better off using it like a chain, like your thug. You hold it in, just swing at their face. You can, again, like I said, you can flick it out, but it's easier just bash, 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 and swing like that. So let's go try and crack this thing. Nope. Not cracking. Again, this right here is the part of the whip that cracks. So I'll pull that off. And I guess I'll attach it to the other end of the whip. For science, to be fair to it, so now it's on the heavier end. Has none of these little feathers. See if we can't get it cracked. Nope. Just open the clasp. That's it. Alright, well, have fun.